Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a powerhouse. For 35 years, based out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Debby Forman empowered transformation globally in business, education, and leadership. Recently repatriated to the U.S., she now brings that international perspective to American stages. As the founder of GAP-Trax, she helps humans, organizations, and communities close the gaps that hinder progress, unlocking everlasting, bold, bankable growth. Please give a big, high-energy welcome to the unstoppable Debby Forman.
Hi, everybody. I'm Debby Forman. I am the founder of GAP-Trax. We are a global transformational journey from online learning to enterprise consulting. You never know when you're going to wake up to a lucky day and fill a gap that you already knew that you had. Today is my lucky day, and it is filled with gratitude because I knew I had a gap to do this in 5 minutes, and yet I had the opportunity to make a choice. And in that choice, I filled my gap, and I've got 10. So here we go. Shattering the gap taboo for bold, bankable growth. What are gaps? What are the societal taboos associated to them? How do they smother our worthiness? And how do we shatter them for bold, bankable growth? Let's walk through this. From Anthony's mouth to your ears, you heard that I am an unstoppable powerhouse. In doing so, he created a sense of social endorsement and grandeur, which you probably bought into. And at the same time, he created a gap, a perception with me, because now I have to live up to an expectation that I know I can't fulfill. What are the gaps? And how do they hinder our progress? We're going to get to that in a minute, but I want to take a moment to talk about who we are is not synonymous with what we do. We are commodities. What we do are glorified actions. Let's talk about gaps. What is a gap? A gap is a disparity between where you are and where you want to be, whether through skills, access to resource, access to knowledge, and most often than not, perception. How I perceive myself, how you perceive me, and vice versa. Gaps lower our self-esteem. They smother us, and yet we allow them to happen. I want you to take a look what you see behind you. And now that we've got the opportunity, I'm going to give you a moment. Anthony introduced me from Brazil, and I'm going to teach you one word in Portuguese. Can you guys all say eu? Eu. Very good. Wow, that was great pronunciation. Eu means me in Portuguese. When I read one of the problem sets most associated to gaps, 4 main problems. If you feel that one or more of these resonate with you, then I want to hear eu. Okay, good. You guys are great. All right, the first problem most associated to gaps, stagnation. And we heard this earlier before the lunch break. You feel like you're in a hamster wheel and you can't get out of it. Does that resonate with anyone? Yeah. Qualification. You don't feel that you're qualified to go from where you are to where you want to be. Does that resonate with anyone? Yeah. Competition. Everybody is gobbling up those opportunities on the market quicker, better, faster than you are. Does that resonate with anyone? Yeah. Stagnation, qualification, competition. They create an infinity cycle of not getting the results that you want, that you need, or that you expect. When you see it laid out in a chart, the problems and the causes that are associated to them, it kind of makes sense. But when you don't have that, it's gut-wrenching. You feel it in your gut, and it becomes overwhelming in your mind. And the more overwhelming and the more gut-wrenching, the more, here's another arrow that I want to hear. How many actually feel gut-wrenching, overwhelming, because you feel like you're in a gap today, getting ready for this stage? Yeah, all right, there you go. Let's talk about the taboos, okay? What are taboos and societal taboos? We know them, we see them, we feel them, we perceive them. Society prescribes them as unacceptable. They're not accepted. Okay? Yours, I don't want to know, TMI. Mine, I'm not going to tell you. because it's too much information. So what do? We sweep them under the carpet, and we shun away from them. Each one of us is a walking, talking taboo, sometimes not walking, talking taboo. I'm going to talk about mine, and as I do so, I want you to imagine yours. And I'm going to go back to who we are is not synonymous with what we do. And I'm going to tie this together in a minute, but I really want you to think about this. I am a middle-aged, menopausal, single mother, head of household, repatriating, taking care of a terminally ill father. Does that sound worthy? Is that something you want to buy into? But the biggest taboo of all in my life right now, and these societal taboos, they can change. They shift because life is organic. And the biggest one that I confront right now, that I had to take off for my own safety, from any slides, for any images, I'm a Jewish, I'm an advocate, combating anti-Semitism on college campuses. And today, as we mark 1 week since Charlie Kirk's death, I think you could all understand that some of these societal taboos are more than taboos. So how do we actually make this change? What do we do? How do we flip? When we are taught from when we were young, from a childhood, and people say to us, hi, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a nurse, a keynote speaker, a consultant. That's what I want to be. And we learn that at the same time that we're going through grammar development, verbs, adjectives, nouns, prepositions, and so forth. And we learn to say, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be I want to be a commodity. Because as soon as you say, I want to be a teacher, there's nothing left in the imagination, or a policeman, or a lawyer, or a doctor. And you know what that cap is. You know how much they earn, you know what they do. To make that flip, and now I'm going to ask you to pull your phones out so you can QR code your homework assignment tonight. You're going to choose one verb. Oh, what's a verb? I can't remember. One adjective. What's an adjective? I can't remember. Come on, you guys. Your verb is to outdo. What do you do that outdoes? And your adjective is glorifying. You're going to take a verb and an adjective and ChatGPT and an online thesaurus, I think it's called a thesaurus, that you're going to put these two words together and you're going to construct your glorified action. All right? What does that look like for us over at GAP-Trax? At GAP-Trax, our verb is to empower. To empower. And our adjective is everlasting. To empower humankind with everlasting gap-filling skills. What happens when we go from I am a to a glorified action? When your glorified action matters to somebody, the next question is what, how? And as soon as that how comes out, it means you matter. And when you matter, you have value. Not price, not cost, but value. I want to show you how that works today with Anthony and what we're all doing here. Anthony has more than one glorified power, I would say. But let's talk about this one because I condensed it in a nutshell. I'm going to read it in black. You're going to read it in red. And I want you to see the logic that goes from glorified actions. Okay? Why Anthony is valuable to us today. His actions matter to us. So we ask how to Keynote. How to create value for him. We buy into what matters to us. And he delivers the how-to to us. That is what happens from going from I am to a glorified action. Now, once again, you can take out your phones. You can QR code it. We've put a special deal together for that GAP-Trax offer to go on to our global online learning platform. 5-hour course, that's where your journey starts, tip of the iceberg, to take your glorified action and turn that into purposeful impact for lifelong transformation for bold, bankable growth. I would like to thank Anthony, his crew, all of you. A warm round of applause for everybody. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much.